Hi everyone, welcome to WW Designs. My name is Nikki and today I have a quick little video where I just show you what happened in the month of May and how I'm choosing to remember some of the events in my creative journal. It was a very big month and I had some fantastic things happen, and I have done some individual pages for that, but this is my monthly snapshot. So the first thing I'm putting down here is we had a great shopping trip down to Sunshine Plaza, and I went to Daiso and found these gorgeous little pack of muted tone watercolours. It cost me a whole $3.30 for the full set, and I can't believe the quality. I'm very, very happy with them. They're just lovely soft tones, perfect for sort of autumn, winter vibe projects. And so very happy with that. So I thought the swatch could go in my journal. Then this next one, if you've watched my video where very recently where I did a review of the Sharpie Creative Markers, you will know they're my new favourite toy. And this is the little swatch sheet that I did in that video. And I thought, well, I don't know where else to put it. Why not pop it in my journal? So this first photo is to represent the start of May, which for a lot of creative people, they play Mermaid. So for the whole month, I've decorated my planner and done all sorts of crafty things mermaid related. So this little image I actually created ages ago with an AI app that I downloaded. I created two of these little coffee themed mermaids. Haven't done another thing since, but I absolutely love this image and I thought it matched perfectly. So the next one that's going down, we went to this amazing breakfast at our local golf club. I've been there for lunch a few times, but never breakfast. And that is the best smashed avo I think I have ever eaten in my life. So very happy with that. Now this next batch, we had a great day shopping down at Sunshine Plaza. And it was still a very warm day for May. So had a beautiful iced latte. And then in this next little bit, you'll see it's a little piece of tissue paper. I got myself some new slippers. My favourite slippers are something that Victorians call moccos, and I was born in Melbourne. So I love these. They're black sheepskin and they have white stitching on them, and you usually buy them at Vic markets. Well, I'm not going to Melbourne anytime soon, and mine were literally dead. So I got a big surprise when I went into an actual UGG shop and they had moccos. So I grabbed a pair, quick smart. So I will have nice warm tootsies this winter in slippers that aren't falling apart. Now, the next piece going down is my representation of Mother's Day. Not very exciting because I did have to work, so I did not get to see my girls because they live in Brisbane. I live up on the Sunshine Coast, so, you know, it's a fair drive, so I was at work all day. But we were given lovely goodie bags, all the ladies that did work, all the mums, and it included these raspberry lint balls. I don't like lint balls as a rule, but the raspberry ones are fabulous. So, yes, not a very exciting Mother's Day, but luckily my brother was able to take my mum out for lunch, so she at least got to have a lovely day, so that made me happy. And then for May, I have a little box that has, you know, little multi-compartments, and I cut out letters from magazines to use sometimes when I'm crafting, and decided that's how I was going to denote May for this year. So the three letters were just in that collection of alphabets that I cut out before I throw them into the recycling bin. I always get pictures first, then I go for words and letters. You just never know when you're going to need them. So the next one here is a picture of a burger. We went down to our favourite burger place the other day and it was closed for some reason. They were not trading that day. I was so sad because I was determined to have a burger. So we ended up at our local cafe called the Pool Cafe, and I ordered a burger for lunch and it was delightful. So that fixed that urge. I was very happy about that. Then this next one of my journaling friends got in touch with me a while ago and said, I have so much stuff. Would you like some? She sent me a whole box full of beautiful old papers and ephemera and Oh, my dear, honestly, I was almost in tears. I could not believe how generous she was. She wouldn't even let me pay, even though I found a way to get around that. But an amazing addition to my stash. So I was very, very grateful. Then the next thing going down here is a photo of my name badge and a picture of the logo from the Woolies magazine, because this day marked my 15th year with Woolies. I was one of the very first people that joined the company when they started doing online shopping. I still work in that same department. I have still never used a register, but that's okay. Online is my jam, so that's what I do, and 15 years in. Now, this next one here, I have done a separate spread for our South East Queensland Journal meetup, but someone was lucky enough to capture this image of our journal stack literally starting to fall, and I didn't have room on my spread for this photo, so it's going down as in on my memory page, because that was just such a good capture. I don't know how she managed it. And then the lucky last one is just a pic I had on my phone, just to represent the end of Mermay, with a cocktail in hand. And I had a very big weekend this last weekend of May. It was fabulous. And just saying goodbye to Mermay and being very grateful for an absolutely fabulous month. So that's what that image is there for. Then the next thing I have to do is I need some dates. So if you've just watched my last video, you'll know I did the 100-day project, and that actually finished at the end of May. So painty stuff was definitely the go on book pages. And what I did, I've I've stamped out, punched out, if we can just get it right, some painty circles, all of them, I think just about all of them, with lovely metallic paint, and I'm just putting those down as a base for my dates. And you can do the same with any project. If you have pretty little metallic painty bits, just circles or squares, little highlights, fabulous. So then the next thing I do, I've just grabbed my Kaiser Craft sticker book. Unfortunately, they don't make these anymore, but I'm trying to use them up. And I pick the greeny coloured, almost a bit oceany sort of coloured dots down the bottom to add dates to my spread. What I do, I make a list of all the dates and the photos that I need to print out, and that way I don't have to keep checking my phone to see which day I took a particular photo. And that's the last one in. Now, as you can see, I don't have a lot of room for writing. And I decided, sort of along the same thing with the 100-day project, because I used a book and I did all the collage fodder in the book, I grabbed a book page and I got out my vintage typewriter and I just typed out some little reminders of what each photo was about. So the first one is just Hello Mermay. So you don't always have to have pages and pages of words. So if you're not interested in writing down everything that happens and every small detail, a little monthly snapshot like this with just a few words to remind you of what it was all about. Like, I haven't even put down here where I had that best breakfast. It was just a best breakfast. I will remember where it was, but just a highlight of why you enjoyed something so much. And this is just a little reminder of these two products and what they are. And if you don't have a typewriter, you can always just use Word and type them into Word, print them out, and then cut them up into little bits. I was just lucky one day I was at a thrift shop, and this is not a really old vintage, but it's certainly not new and it's not perfect, but it is fun for doing things like this. And see, with the next one, because I had quite a bit of white space there, I actually typed it a little bit longer. I could add a few more words than the other ones. Or the other thing you can do is even handwrite your little notes and put them on a sort of coordinating coloured paper. There's no rules, you just make it up as you go along, but this is just a nice easy way of remembering some of the fun things you've done in a month. And there we go. So that is the end of this spread. I hope you enjoyed this. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments box below. And if you could give this video a thumbs up, I would really appreciate it. And I hope I like doing these just to show you how easy you can make things. Thanks for watching, and I will see you soon.